Do you work at a colocation data center, or do you sell to or partner with colocation data centers? If so, then you'll definitely want to watch this short video excerpted from a webinar recording we held a little while back, where you'll learn how data center companies can grow revenue. If you get good value from this webinar recording, make sure that you hit the like button and subscribe to this channel and hit the bell button so you can be notified when new videos just like this go live.
Okay, the next section, moving on our agenda, is creating scalable, predictable revenue growth. And as we can see from our next slide here, a quote from W. Edwards Deming said, "In God we trust, all others must bring data."
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty powerful stuff here. And the way we break down revenue acceleration, sales cycle acceleration, is into 4 distinct phases: attracting, converting, closing, and delighting. How to attract the right strangers to your website and turn them into visitors. How to convert those visitors into leads. How to close those leads into clients, and how to delight clients into promoters and evangelists so they fuel the cycle and bring you more strangers. It's absolutely critical that you are showing up in all boxes on this. A lot of times I use the baseball analogy for those of you that might be fans of baseball. And if you think about the players that typically go out on a baseball field, you have your outfield, you have your infield, you have your pitcher, you have your catcher. And the story I use a lot is, say, for example, the Yankees showed up in Boston at Fenway, and the Red Sox had all 25 of their players ready to go, but for some reason only 2 players from the Yankees showed up. What would happen to the Yankees' chances of winning? They'd be completely decimated, right? It doesn't matter. They could have their best starting pitcher, they could have their best catcher, their best position player, but if they only have 2 players and the other team is covering all 9 positions on the field and has another 16 ready to go in reserves between the dugout and the bullpen, it's very, very difficult to compete. Along the same lines, if you're not covering all of this, if you're just doing a little bit in the attract phase of worrying about getting visitors to your site, and you don't have good conversion paths that are optimized for your ideal clients, if you don't have conversion paths that are optimized to get people to re-engage when they're further along in the sales cycle, it's going to be a problem. If you haven't thought about what it's going to take to convert and close more of those leads into clients, it's going to be a big problem. If you haven't thought through a strategy for how to delight your clients, because in a recurring revenue-based business like most colo data centers are, let's face it, it's not about getting them signed up. It's about making sure that they're happy so they stay. And so they eventually may be able to upsell. You may be able to cross-sell, and eventually a small percentage of them will become your promoters and evangelists. The flip side is if you completely drop the ball, they become negative evangelists, negative promoters, and in the age of Yelp and Amazon and Google reviews and things like that, that's a dangerous proposition too. So if you want to focus on creating scalable, predictable revenue growth, we have to keep all 4 of these boxes in mind. Remember, people buy from people that they trust. Can't overemphasize that enough. The moment of truth for kind of self-evaluating all of this is to look at your own website, to start with your homepage, and look at, does your website content talk more about your company, your services, your stuff, your locations, your compliance, or do you talk about the problems that you solve from your clients? Are you looking at from the perspective of the 2 or 3 or 4 different kinds of ideal buyers that you really want to be targeting and attracting to your website? Big tip to think about is during that first 57%, 60, 70%, 90%, the early stages of that buyer's journey, which is a big, big percentage of the buyer's journey today. During this first 70% or more of the buyer's journey, even your best prospects won't give a you-know-what about your services until you have established trusted advisor status with them. That is such an important mindset shift that's so critical, and we see so many colo data centers completely dropping on the ball on this, where nearly all of the content that's on their homepage, nearly all the stuff that they're sharing on social media is kind of me, salesy, self-promotional stuff. It's not providing helpful educational content. It's not providing resources that are valuable in the eyes of the small sliver of the market that you want to stand out as the best teachers in the world, as the best communicators in the world about what it is.
Hey there, it's Joshua Feinberg from SB Home Run. We're so glad that you stopped by to watch this video today. If you got good value, make sure that you hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you can get notified when new videos just like this go live. Thanks. We hope you're having a great day, and we wish you great success.